Award Group number 6, Valor honorees. From the Wharton Borough Police Department, Patrolman Avelino Fernandez Jr. and Corporal Richard Arnellis. Please come up to the stage. On February 27, 2019, Corporal Richard Arnellis and Patrolman Avelino Fernandez Jr. were dispatched to a medical call on Irondale Road in Wharton. The caller reported a possible cardiac arrest at the address. When they arrived, they spoke with the resident, who denied there being a medical emergency at that location, and that they determined that nobody from that residence had dialed 911 and no one was in need of medical aid. Both officers decided to check the same house number on Old Irondale Road to determine if that was the origin of the call. As they prepared to leave, however, a 19-year-old man came up behind the officers and attempted to strike Corporal Arnellis in the head with a metal pipe. Patrolman Fernandez verbally warned Corporal Arnellis just as Corporal Arnellis saw the suspect in his peripheral vision, and he was able to avoid being struck in the head. The officers drew their service weapons and ordered the suspect to drop the pipe, but he refused to obey their orders and continued to swing the pipe at the officers while begging for them to shoot him. This begging is commonly known as an attempt at suicide by cop. Corporal Arnellis closed the distance between himself and the man in order to take him to the ground. While doing so, the man swung the pipe at his head. Corporal Arnellis raised his left arm to protect himself and was struck in his forearm. The blow was so forceful that it shattered the ulnar bone in his left forearm. Despite now suffering a broken arm, Corporal Arnellis took the suspect into custody with the assistance of Patrolman Fernandez. While in custody, the suspect explained that his intention was to knock one of the officers out and take their gun. Had he succeeded in striking Corporal Arnellis in the head, the injury could have been fatal. Upon administrative review of the incident, it is likely that the officers would have been justified in using deadly force in response to the immediate threat they faced. Instead, Corporal Arnellis chose to tackle the suspect, which resulted in him suffering a broken arm which required surgery to repair. Both Corporal Arnellis and Patrolman Fernandez demonstrated courageous behavior during this incident. Their training, attention to their surroundings, and courage proved to be invaluable in avoiding a potential tragedy. The 200 Club of Morris County hereby awards the coveted Valor Award to now recently promoted Corporal Avelino Fernandez Jr. and recently promoted Detective Richard Arnellis of the Wharton Borough Police Department. Congratulations.
Chief David Young of the Wharton Borough Police Department.
I'd like to thank the 200 Club for these awards given out tonight. I'd like to congratulate Detective Arnellis and Corporal Fernandez for their quick actions on the day of this incident and their courageous activities they did that day. I'd also like to congratulate the rest of the recipients this evening. Congratulations and stay safe.